Good morning. It's still morning. It's Barbara. It's 64 out, but not sunny. It's going to rain sometime today. I'm not sure if I'm going out or not. We'll see. I was a plumber's helper yesterday. Dennis got the sink back in. It's so nice to have the sink. This is our new sink. Isn't it cool? Very fancy. Very, very fancy. And these are my cute glass flowers that I made back in the day when I was a lamp worker. But anyway, I was a plumber's helper yesterday. I didn't do a lot, but I helped. And we have a sink in our powder room again. Yay! Good morning. It's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. We have some bird. Might be a cardinal. We have a lot of cardinal talking around here. You'd think I would know what it sounded like. Or I saw a hummingbird yesterday, so we're ever hopeful. I'll sit up taller. My table outside is different height than my table inside, so. Dennis brought me a coffee in bed today. It was very nice, and so I'm much later than I have been. So yesterday I was a helper. I didn't do a ton, don't get me wrong, but I'm so excited to have the sink back in the powder room, and I love our faucet. It's a little bit inspiring me to, maybe redecorate the powder room. Situation with our house is we bought our house in 2001. The people we bought it from, the wife didn't work and she decorated the whole house. So we have sponge techniques in our master bath and in the kitchen, and wallpaper, half wallpaper in the dining room, and a band of color in the kitchen, and wallpaper borders in the mudroom. And we have only painted 2 rooms in the 22 years that we've owned this house. My old former office craft rooms and is now Aura's sitting room. We repainted that right away because it was a very dark taupe, very dark, and that was going to be my office, my home office, because I was working at home 2 days a week, and I was like, it needs to be a new color. So we actually hired somebody to paint that room. And then 5, 8 years ago, 6, whatever, we repainted our living room. And we painted it the same color. It just needed new paint. And we did a terrible job on the ceiling, and we need a professional ceiling painter in there. Those are the only 2 rooms we've changed at all. So, it was only recently that we started putting our own nails in where we wanted them, and we were just sticking stuff on wherever there was already a nail. And we did put some temporary curtains up in our bedroom, and they've been there for 20 years. So, seriously. And that's the only curtains we've put up. They left curtains in the 2 back bedrooms, and their shades in the other room. So anyway, we have not done anything remotely resembling decorating. And the powder room is 2-tone gray, dark gray on the bottom and a very light gray on the top, with a sort of garden themed wallpaper border in between the 2 of them. And the garden theme, so it was plants and some birds and stuff, and then it has sort of a leafy motif on the towel ring. But now that we have that spiffy, beautiful, It's not polished. It's matte. A little bit matte. Brushed. It's a brushed metal, you know, that's kind of gray, that I'm not thinking of the name of, and it'll come to me, and you're yelling at me. I know you are. Platinum is pewter. Brushed pewter colored thing on our sink now makes me want to repaint and decorate that powder room. I mean, if I can't start with the tiniest room in the house, I'm not sure what I could do. But anyway, of course, I'm just going to sit on that for a long time and not do it. So we shall see. But that has been a little bit inspiring. Also, the shed cleaning stuff that Dennis ordered, and he did order 30 seconds. Somebody had suggested that, and I said, well, Dennis already ordered it, but that's what he ordered. So in theory, we should just be able to spray. He got the container that is attached to the hose. We should just be able to spray the shed, let it sit, and then spray it again with water, and it all comes off. We shall see. If that doesn't work, we have a brush with a handle. But we could use it on the back of the house too, to tell you the truth, because we've got some stuff going on back here. The rest of the house doesn't look too bad, but we have a very north-facing, you know, some very north-facing areas up here, and so we can do it. Anyway, I'm thinking about getting the urge. I'm thinking about expending a little energy on the house. Seems like that would be good. And Dennis is feeling quite accomplished because he changed the dog door yesterday and fixed the powder room. So things are happening here. Dennis is crossing things off his list. I don't know if he actually has a written list, but he has things he wants to do. So I want to do the shed, do a little bit on the house, and I want to go to the garden center and get some flowers and start setting up the deck to be a beautiful oasis. That's my plan. So those are my plans. I won't be doing any of those in the near future, so don't get too excited. Yesterday, I sat out here with Aura for a while in the late afternoon, mid to late afternoon. We had our wine and cheese out here, and it was really nice, really nice. And I watched a couple movies. I watched a couple Netflix movies last night while I was working on Isabel's sleeve, and that was fun. I watched The Adam Project with Ryan Reynolds. Apparently, I'm turning into a big Ryan Reynolds fan. It's funny because, well, he's just a smartass, and I guess he's a smartass in real life because he plays one so well, and almost all his characters are smartassy. You know what I mean? So I think that's just, you know, probably part of his personality. But when you look at him, like, look at his face, he's got a little bit of a baby face, and you don't think of him as like the superhero type of, you know, guy out there saving the world kind of thing. So I think it's kind of a funny juxtaposition. But anyway, The Adam Project was very cute. It's a time travel story where he comes back to his and meets himself when he was 12 and they save the world. You know, hard to resist. And the kid who plays him at 12 is completely adorable. So anyway, I enjoyed that, and I was knitting, and that was good. That was good. But for some reason this morning, I did not want to get out of bed. Just didn't want to get out of bed. I hope I'm not going back into that cycle. But, you know, I've made some changes to my, you know, I'm being way better with my food thing, and Dennis is making my cocktails so they're smaller. So that's a good thing. He's my bartender these days, and you know, he's trying to help, and it does help. So I'm feeling good, but I don't know why I didn't want to get up today. I just didn't. You know, that's how things go. I don't know why I'm not looking at you anymore. I'm looking over there. It's such a weird thing. I almost wonder, you know, like, am I lying? Do I know I'm lying? You know, they say, oh, I don't even have my glasses. They say, you know, when you look to the left, you're lying or something like that. I wonder if that's what I'm doing. Maybe I'm just sitting here just flat out lying to you guys. It could be. See, I just did it again. I'm like looking over there. There is nothing interesting over there. So weird. But I find myself looking at myself when I look forward instead of looking at you. So, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, you've already figured it out. I know. So I have to go to the store today because we need dog food. And, yeah, go to the store. That's everything on my agenda. I'm going to keep working on my sleeve. I have put in 3 or 4 of the decreases. I had 12 decreases on the other sleeve, so I've got more to do. And I am getting the urge to think about starting my Sylvester, so I think I need to figure out how to wind up one of those skeins of yarn. I got a Miss Babs multicolored for my contrast color in that sweater. And I think I can read my phone while I wind. Put my knees up, put the yarn around my knees and wind it by hand while I'm reading my phone. Think I can do that? We'll see. I might try it. If I can't, it'll be a big mess. I'll send it to Carol. She can untangle it, and I will, you know, go to the trouble of figuring out how to get my Swift free enough to be used upstairs and wind the other one. But I should be able to do it. Anyway, I have no idea what I'm going to do, and I'll tell you tomorrow what I did, if I could remember. So I didn't really help Dennis with the dog door, other than I was the tool finder. Because he has a tendency to put things down and then 10 minutes later can't find them. This I think he had put down yesterday, the day before, so it was not quite that scenario. But I knew right away where it was because I saw it sitting in a really weird place. He's like, oh, I'm trying to find my... Are you trying to find your saw? Yes! I knew where it was. So that wasn't even hard work because I already knew where it was. Anyway, that's my job. I'm the finding helper. But I was the plumber's helper too. So anyway, it's not gorgeous lovely today. It feels a little damp. It's going to probably rain. But we were outside yesterday for a while having our wine and cheese on the deck, and it was very nice. So yesterday was a good day. Felt like a good day. I just need to really make sure I'm in a place with some kind of knitting that suits whatever level of brain power I have and mental energy, which could possibly mean I need to start a new boxy when I'm done with Isabel's sweater. Because Isabel's sweater has turned out to be, you know, good for me. Because it's just a stockinette sweater with this pocket detail. And, yeah. So it's a lot of stockinette. And now I'm on sleeves. People, you know, talk about Sleeve Island. Well, I'm happy to be on Sleeve Island. And now as I'm sitting here saying that, I'm thinking to myself, why make another boxy? Why not make a Montrealer for you? Because what could be more delightful than a hand knit sweatshirt with pockets and a hood? For me, for next winter. Duh. So I might have another Montrealer in my future rather than my 6th boxy. Because I was able to make this Montrealer for Isabel. Of course, I haven't figured out the bottom part yet. And I'll have to do a better job picking up those for the pocket. I wasn't happy with how I picked up for the pocket on Isabel's, and but I'm gonna go over it with duplicate stitch, either in the main color or in start the eye down there. That was Leslie's idea. Just start the eye right there, the bottom. That would work. But anyway, why am I saying to do a boxy when I could have a hooded sweatshirt sweater that I made out of some really yummy yarn? And I have sweaters quantities of wonderful yarn. Oh, and it's a striped sweatshirt. I could do the Crafty Toads yarn that I bought to make a striped sweater that I never made. And I think I would like this better. I don't know if I have enough yarn for that. Anyway, whatever, I'm rambling. Please take good care of yourselves. Please. Please, please, please. Please stay safe and stay safe.